I'm so grateful for everything that is here, that I can come to church. I've been attending New Hope for the last 3 years, and just the fact that I can pray and worship the Lord, I have that much of freedom. For them, it felt like I was shaming them, shaming their name, and that's what they were trying to do, is stop me in any way they can.
Basically, when she would go to church, the word would get back to her family because she was so well known. And when she would come home, then she would get beaten for it because it was an embarrassment to the family. So she would try and go out and go to different churches, trying to sneak out, almost every night of the week if she could, but inevitably the word would get back. And she always knew when she was coming home she was going to get a beating.
When I come home, I can feel my knees are shaking. I'm like about to collapse into the ground when I'm turning to the street. And I come home, get into my room, close the door, and I can't even breathe. I'm counting 9, 8, 7, waiting for the door to be slammed open and the beating began. Christ died for me, then it's everything that I can do, everything of my life, to give it to Him. There was nothing withhold. So the next day I get up, and if the opportunity is there, I go to church again. When they couldn't just beat and get me out of my funk, that's what they call, they would take me to the temple and make me pray. So as they chanted in front of the Buddhist statue, I would say the Lord's Prayer over and over again.
To this day, and we've been married 10 years, it's still very emotional for me to listen to her talk, because I watch how strong and dedicated her faith is. That's amazing to me.
When I was 19 years old, by that time I was completely abandoned. The only thing that I was allowed to do is live in the house. They stopped feeding me because they said, if I'm hungry enough, then I will come to my senses. And I said, Lord, please forgive me, because I know my life is not mine anymore, but yours. But I said, Lord, I am starving. Please, you have to take me out of this. My brother was in Young Buddhist Association, and they make example of people like me, and I had no clue. And at that moment, I was so grateful for my brother. I was so grateful for my father, because what they did actually protected me from the extended groups to assault me. And it was very popular fact, you just disappear. And I did not realize in the sovereignty of God's hand that I was right in the palm of Him. Like Joseph, when he was sold to the slaves, seems so traumatic, but then he was sitting next to the Pharaoh. And that's how I felt. Like I was so grateful for all those beatings and endless pain that they caused me, actually kept me alive and protected.